Everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 112 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where it's time to do some programming. Last episode, we kind of started on Nature's Aura, but more prepping for Nature's Aura by way of setting up an automation thing. Now, do we really need like such a stupid amount of these things? No. But this automation challenge is fun for me, so I'm going to try and do it with drones. Plus, I love drones, and I did something similar but not quite as good in a previous series, so I want to kind of like improve on it and make it as good as it can be. So I've got my ME interface here. It's going to auto-craft for me brilliant fiber, and we'll also get some oak saplings on it, so that'll be cool. We should throw a crafting card in there before I forget. Might as well make that happen. And then what we want to do is have our drone pick up the saplings and plant them. So that's kind of going to be step one, is using our drones here to do that. So let's learn how to use the programmer from Pneumaticraft to program our drones to do the thing that we want our drones to do. So there's a lot that you can do with drones. It's super cool. It's super, super, super cool. So let's break down the individual tasks of what we're going to need, because like I can say we want our drones to plant saplings. That's not exactly what we need it to do. We need the drone to fly over to our interface, collect the saplings that exist, then head over to the dirt piles and try and plant the saplings on the dirt piles, but only if there's not already something there, like a sapling or wood. So if there's already a sapling or wood there, don't bother, okay? So we're going to want to see, and this will be like our first test of whether we can detect the existence of a block. Is that cool? So like, let's do that. So to work with the programmer, we're going to start with like some basic stuff, right? So if we look at these tabs here, we can see there's a bunch of puzzle pieces. And each of these puzzle pieces in the programmer represents a task that a drone can do. By default, you're on easy mode, which just shows you the simpler puzzle pieces. If you put it on medium mode, you're going to get some more puzzle pieces that allow some more logic and conditions. And then finally, advanced shows you like all the puzzle pieces. So I'm going to start with basic widgets and see what we can do. Though I have a suspicion that we may need medium, because I think this is where we can do the condition block stuff. And we can detect if there's like certain blocks maybe in an area, and that could be cool, right? So let's start with the easy ones, right? So we're going to have, what you do is you drag the puzzle piece in here, and you can zoom in and out. You can click left click to drag around, and then you can also drag your puzzle piece around like this. Start is pretty much the first thing that you're always going to do. It says press I for info, but it doesn't seem like it's working. Maybe that's something that we'll work on another puzzle piece, right? So the first thing we want to do is start. And we're going to want to pick up items out of an inventory. So if we look through here, there's a bunch of things you can do. You can right-click on entities, you can pick up items. Hey, that's what I'm looking for. Sweet. You can drop items, you can void items, you can void fluids, you can export to inventory, you can import from inventory. This is technically what we want. Pick up items means like pick up items laying on the ground. Import from inventory means take items out of like a chest or some kind of other inventory, right? So the first thing we're going to want to do is pick up items from the ground. Now you'll notice this puzzle piece has a couple sides to it. There's a left side and a right side, and they have these like little shapes to them. Those shapes can connect with other puzzle pieces to modify this puzzle piece. So what we have right now is a program that will start off trying to import items from an inventory. However, what inventory and what items should we pick up remains to be seen. And that's what we're going to modify this puzzle piece with, okay? So right-click the widget for options, so you can see when we're importing from inventory, we can go ahead and specify the number of items to pick up and which sides to interact with. So like if we were interacting with a furnace, for example, it might be more important to choose which side, but we'll go with the upside because that's we're going to be interacting with this block anyway, and the upside is the one that is, after all, accessible to the drone. So you'll notice there's some errors. No area specified. So there's a couple modifiers that we're going to want to put on this guy. If we take a look over here, we'll see some of these puzzle pieces, specifically here, can have some modifiers. Here's what we're looking for. Item filters, that's one we're going to want to put on here. Boop. See how that kind of like connects right in? It fits right on that piece. And then also we're going to want the area, which fits right there, okay? So what we've now just done is specify for the import from inventory what area the inventory is in and what items we want to interact with. So let's start with the area. Remember the GPS tool from Pneumaticraft, right? There's the GPS tool and then there's the GPS area tool. these two things are going to be used to specify either a single individual block or an entire area within which to check. So we're going to start with the individual block, and we're going to shift right click that block. We'll see it kind of highlights when I have the tool in my inventory. Now we can come in here, and I think we left click it onto the area. And now we've just told it, hey, when you start off, Mr. Drone, go over to the block at 1756815, 1756815, and pick up items from that inventory. But now we want to tell it which items to get. Cool. So we're going to right-click this inventory filter. We can search our inventory if we happen to have the items that we need, or we can just search for the items itself in like a thing. So I'm going to say, hey, oak saplings. Okay. That should be cool. Good deal. So that's what we want. Cool. So you're going to pull oak saplings out of the inventory at this position. All right. Does that sound simple enough? Let's try it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to program the drone by placing it in the top slot and exporting the program. When I did that, it used up some puzzle pieces. The number of puzzle pieces in the inventory in the screen here get taken out of my inventory. If you don't have enough puzzle pieces to do that, it won't work. So make sure you do. Okay. So now this is a very simple drone with a very simple program. All it does when you place it in the world is going to go pick up saplings out of this inventory. You ready? Go do your thing. Woo! Look, he's got a sapling in it. He's carrying them. Look at that. Cool. He pulled out the entire stack. We are done. That's all he does. Very simple. Very simple. Now, do I have my pneumatic wrench somewhere? I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do. You'll also notice the drone is kind of sitting there. He has air pressure. It's slowly draining out. And if he were low, he would fly over here and recharge, which would be cool. But we don't need him to do that yet. Where is my pneumatic wrench? There it is. Sweet. Goodbye, drone. Aw, poor drone. He dead. Cool. All right, so now let's tell him to take those saplings and go plant a tree. Cool. So we want them to actually place the tree in two spots, right? I want him to first place a block. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a puzzle piece that'll do something like placing a block, right? Place. Hey, that sounds cool. Okay. Now what's cool is you can middle click an existing puzzle piece and it'll copy it. But we don't want to place the block here because that's the ME interface, right? Instead, we want to place the block there. Okay. And that's all we need to do. We're done. Okay. Now notice this thing could have been an area instead of a single location, and it could build like a box. So what we could do is we could be like, hey, you know, like place from here to there. But I'm just going to have two separate block placements. Okay. So I'll just copy this piece. I'll copy this piece, and then we will set this coordinate and do that. Okay. So now what should happen is our drone will start his program, and he will import from inventory, just like he did before, but then he's going to go try to place the sapling in that location. And then he's going to go try to place the sapling in that location. And then he's going to be done. Okay? Now, what I might want to do, just to make this even more complex, let's go ahead and export to inventory. Okay? Whatever we have in our inventory, which will probably be saplings, you can go back to that ME interface and just put it in there. Cool? Does that sound good? I think that sounds good. So let's, so what I'll do is he'll try to place the saplings in their spots and then dump the remaining saplings he has back in the ME interface. Easy peasy. Ready to go. All right, drone, do your thing. Zoom. He's going to get his saplings. He's going to fly over. He's going to place the saplings. He's going to place the other sapling. And then he's going to put it back in the ME interface. And then he's going to take it out of the ME interface, and he's going to try to place the saplings. And he's going to put it back in the ME interface. And he's going to keep doing that over and over again. So, A, he's smart enough to realize he shouldn't bother flying over there because there's already a block there. Okay? But he's basically running this program in a loop over and over and over again. He is taking items out of the inventory. He's going to try to place it. He's going to try to place it. He's going to put it back in the inventory. He's going to go take it out of the inventory. He's going to try to place it. He's going to try to place it. He's going to put it back in the inventory over and over and over and over again. Pretty cool. Step one, in my opinion, is pretty complete. How cool is that? Okay. So now, maybe before we do any of this, let's make sure that both positions are empty. Should we try that? I think we could probably do that. So to do that, we probably want to start with, I think what I want to do is I want to grab this. There we go. That drags the whole thing. We're going to want some kind of conditional, and I think those are in the medium section. What we want to do, condition redstone, condition items, condition light level, condition block. That's probably what I want. Fluid, entity, pressure, items, drone condition, items, and fluid. So this is what the drone's holding. So I'm pretty sure condition block is what I want. Now, I'm really bad at the condition block things, so where is my Pneumaticraft manual? Do I have my Pneumaticraft manual? Encyclopedia, Iron's Guidebook, Big Book of Bees, Ancient Codex, Pneumaticraft book, Patchouli, where are you at? Modular routers, there we are, PNCR, that's what I'm looking for. Cool. Can I look at puzzle piece info now if I hit I? There we go. So you need the book in your inventory for the I to work. Cool. Condition widget. The condition block widget allows you to check an area for certain blocks. With this, you can check if an area contains a full-grown crop, for example. You can filter which blocks are valid by attaching an item filter. The drone will check the block if it can be silk touched. If so, it will check the item filter matches the silk touch block. Cool. We should probably look at conditionals in general, though. So conditions, every condition widget takes a text widget parameter, which is always the bottommost parameter configured with a label name. When a condition evaluates true, program execution will jump to the label widget with the same name as that text parameter on its right-hand side. When the condition is false, it will jump to a label with the same parameter on the left-hand side. So basically what we need to do is we need to place a text widget, which is going to be U, on the left, and another one on the right, okay? And what happens is we're going to evaluate the condition of this block, and we're going to say if what we check for is true, it's going to go to the text widget on the right, and if it's false, it will jump to the left-hand one, okay? So this text widget will be called place saplings, okay? And then we're going to have a go-to, which is probably around here somewhere-ish. Label, jump. One of these. I think it's this guy. And I think this comes in here. And we'll copy that. Okay? So you'll notice that, like, it's pretty cool right now. Well, don't do that. Don't do that. Condition block, boop. And then place saplings goes here. So you'll notice that, like, we're going to check a condition, right? We haven't specified an area yet, that's why it's errored. But basically what we want to say is only do this whole grabbing the sapling out of the inventory and try and place it thing if these two spaces are air, would be my plan for that. I wonder if I can check, like, 2 GPS positions. Any blocks, all blocks, check for air. A block passes the filter when it's air. Measure, preview area, all blocks. Okay, so right now we're previewing the area. There is no area, right? So if I do this, that's going to be U. Right, wrong area. So delete those two. It's this one that I want to put in here. Now I'm wondering if I can, like, stack these. Right? So boop, boop. Now you're there, right? So that's the area we're going to check. Can I stack them? Because that would be super cool if you could, like, check both. That would be super cool. Right? Boop, boop. He actually does seem to be doing that. Did I grab the wrong dude? Should it be this one? Boop, boop. Oh, cool. All right. So what we would say is we should do any block, right? So if either of these blocks are air, okay, we're checking for air. If either of these blocks are air, so we actually want this to be true now. Okay. Go ahead and run the place saplings command. Does that sound like it could work? I think so. You ready to try? Let's see what happens, right? So you write the program. You're going to go in here, Mr. Sapling. I should run my cable over there so that behaves itself better. So now, because they're air, he's going to go grab the saplings. He's going to go place. He's going to go place. He's going to return the saplings. And if the conditional's working correctly, notice he's not grabbing and retaking the saplings. How cool is that? Now, I think entity tracker... Isn't there something for... This dude telling me what he's doing? Aha! Cool. Hack to call back. Neat. That's cool. There's a way to see, like, his logic from Pneumaticraft, and I kind of want to do that. Because the whole purpose of this episode is teaching you guys how to write drone programs. So I'd like to do that. Armor, block tracker, charging, coordinate, dispenser, elytra, entity, tracker, flippers, gilded, inventory, item life, jet boots, jumping, magnet, minigun, night vision, scuba, item search, security, speed, standby. How do you do that thing where you can like see what the drone is thinking kind of deal? There it is. We need the dispenser upgrade along with the entity tracker. That's what we need. Dispenser upgrade. All right, what can I get rid of? Space breathing, radiation, security, armor, night vision, item life. What's that one do again? Range upgrade, entity tracker, block tracker. Let's get rid of space breathing right now. I don't think I'm going to be space breathing anytime soon, and we'll just do that. Is that cool? Hey, cool, our trees grew. Beautiful. All right, so now, if we drone debugger, press Y on drone when tracked by an entity tracker to debug drone. Cool. And then for this, how about we make you drone filter, so you're only looking for drones? Cool. And then once we have acquired his target, we should be able to Y to debug, and you can see what he's doing. See that? Press U for debugger, press Y to stop debugging. Drone debugger. Hey, look at that. Cool. So look, it's telling you what he's doing. Nowhere to go because we're not matching the... How cool is that? How cool is that, huh? You can see like the actual program and what it's currently sitting on the condition any block, right? So then if we remove this sapling, it's no longer air, and he should immediately... Look at me, I'm trying to go over there, and now I'm returning. How cool is that? Is that the coolest thing you've ever seen? Like, that's super impressive. I'm just putting that out. It's super impressive how cool that is. Okay? Okay. So now, I think we're super cool. I'm regularly blown away at how cool this mod is. I'm just saying. Okay? So now you're cool, right? You did your thing. You did your thing. Let's add a conditional, right? So the first thing I want you to try to do is place saplings. Okay? If you fail to place saplings, let's next move on to applying the gold leaf, right? So for that, right, we're going to want another conditional, right? So if you fail to do saplings, I would like you to do gold leaf. Okay? And this will go here. Okay? So first try to place saplings, then try to place gold leaf. Okay? And in order to place gold leaf, I want you to check for the existence of blocks. But I want you to check like within this whole area. Okay? So what we're going to check within is like from here to maybe here. And for that, we're going to need the GPS area tool. All right, and we're going to go pretty high on this guy. Okay, so we're going to go from here to here. Maybe it's left click. It might be left click. There we go. Okay, so right click for coordinate 1, left click for coordinate 2. So like within this whole area, we're going to search for trees, or for leaves, I'm sorry, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to check any block. We're going to check a area specified by the GPS tool, box filled, which means everything within that area. Okay, and what we're going to search for is leaves. Okay, check to match by block instead of dropped item. Use this if you need to match blocks which don't drop anything when broken by the drone's equip tool. So I think that's what we want. So if there's any oak leaves in that area, then I want you to go do something, okay? So remember, right is true. So what we're going to say is place gold is going to be the name of what we do if there's leaves in the area, okay? And then what we're going to do is basically have a label called place gold, okay? And we're going to go get out of this inventory here the same location. However, we're going to do a different item filter. We're going to do gold leaf. Or not gold leaf. What's that stuff called? Brilliant fiber. Okay. And then we're going to place, is that right? Or is it like right click? Place right click. Might be right click. Let's try right click, right? Order low to high, click side up, operation click item, click block. Use the held items right click logic. Use the clicked blocks right click logic. Okay, no, we want click item. Doesn't care about sneaking. And then the area will be the same area that we did that in, right? Does that sound cool? And then we will export the gold leaf back to the inventory. Does that seem reasonable? Maybe? Yes? Okay. Now, is there another kind of filter here we could try? There's only item filter and fluid filter. I kind of wanted to be like, so you're the item filter, right? Let's see what happens, right? Because my thought is maybe like, you know, I'm hoping that right click. Well, we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. Let's sleep through this night so that it's nice and clear. Okay. All right, so let's see what happens. So program our drone. So what it should do now is if it's air in those locations, go do the place sapling thing, right? If it's not air at those locations, then do the gold leaf thing. And it should check if there's any leaves there first, and then do the gold leaf thing. Cool? Let's see what happens. So then he's going to go... Oh, he's trying to place it on all the stone on the ground. I probably don't want that, right? So let's tell it to skip the stone on the ground. So realistically, your GPS area should be not there, but there. Cool. And then we can go modify the area that it... Whoops, wrong one. I want to overwrite that and then you can be deleted and you can be copied. Cool. Okay. Oh, I found another problem. I think I want to tell it to only place gold leaf. I think that's probably what I want. I think it just tried to go right-click things without having the gold leaf in his inventory. He should check to see if there's gold leaf in his inventory before he tries to right-click things. Is he trying to right-click empty space? Wonder if there's a way I can say, hey, only right-click on leaves. What does the right-click dude do? Item mode, block mode, filters applied. The item being used in block mode, filters apply to the block being activated. You could use this widget to place down regular blocks. However, this is not recommended because it's drawn as a right-click position. Where the block exists already, it will right-click the block, resulting in placing down a block next to it. Yes. So if it were in block mode, filters apply to the block being activated. In item mode, okay, got it. Because I want it in item mode, but I want the filtering on block mode. It may not be something that we can solve. Let's just let it do its thing and see what happens. So it might need to, like, go and do all its stuff, right? Now, in theory, what should happen is when it clicks all the leaves, they should all turn into a different block state, which means he will realize there's no more leaves in the area and be done. But let's see what happens, right? Is he done already? Why is he done already? Alright, I might need to debug this a little bit. What did I do wrong here? You're this dude, which should be that dude. That looks cool to me. Okay, be right back. I'm going to try the click block logic and filter it on leaves. We'll see what happens. Think it's doing anything? I don't think so, because it didn't use any, did it? Now, it definitely needs to click item. Alright, so I have an idea. It's something I've never done before with these, so we're going to have to figure it out together. What we're going to do is a for each. So we're going to grab the items, okay, and then what we're going to do is right-click, but we're going to do a for each. Where was that? I saw it. I saw it. Condition coordinate. For each coordinate. I think that's what we want to do. So the way this works is variable name will be gold block. Cool. And the for each will be that box. And then I need a label that's going to be gold block, right? And then we're going to jump to gold block. And then we're going to right click, and the coordinate will be Not that, apparently. Is it an area? Can I do the coordinate? Gold block? Yeah, there we go. 2 gold block. Cool. Okay. Okay. So that might be cool. I don't think it matters this. And then you'll click item on that block. But we only want that to happen I should make this check gold block. I should make this check gold block. And what we're going to do is we're going to test condition block at the gold block location. And we want to check for a leaf. Okay. And if you are a leaf, then I want you to jump to place gold. Did I use that variable name right? I did. Place gold block. Okay. So I'm not sure, but I think what this will do is we're going to check for the saplings first. That's going to fail. Then it's going to look and see if there's any leaves in that whole area. If there's any leaves in the whole area, then what I want to do is jump down to the place gold, which is get the brilliant fibers, okay? And then for every position inside that whole area, okay, do this little thing over here, check gold block. And what that's going to do is it's going to check if there's any leaves in, it's going to go through each position in there, and it's going to take that position and store it in a variable called gold block. Maybe I'll call that gold block checker. Gold block check pause. How about that? Gold block check pause, just to be a little bit cooler. So gold block check pause is what we want to check there. And then you're also going to be gold block check pause. Okay. So we're going to say go through every position in that whole area. Okay. And check it to see if it's a leaf block. And if it is a leaf block, then go right click it with the item in your hand, which should be the brilliant fiber. And I should be able to specify that like that. Okay. And then once you've done all of that, okay, go put the items back. So it'll literally pick up the items, check each individual position in the world. If it's a leaf block, then go click it with the leaf block. If it's not, do nothing. When you're done checking all the positions, put the items back in the inventory. Maybe? He's thinking about it. I want you to pick the items up first. There you go. Okay. So you're acquiring. Are you going to tell me what position you're checking? I guess not. I might make it a smaller area just to be a little bit safer. It definitely jumped down there at some point. I saw it. See, it went there. Is it working? Oh my goodness, it's working. I think it's actually working. Look, it's doing the thing. It's doing it. It's doing it. It's doing it. It's doing it. Oh, that's cool. I think it's actually doing it. Look at it go. Look at you go. I wish I could see like exactly where you were checking, but it looks like it's actually working, which is kind of exciting to me. I hope you have enough enough stuff. Yeah, I only wish I could see what your current position was. So that works. That lets me preview that. Gold block check pause. I'm a little bummed I can't see its current position that it's looking at. I'd really love to know like what the pattern is, but like it's kind of working. It's kind of working. What order did I go with for you? It's just a for each. It doesn't let me control how it goes, like top to bottom or whatnot. Yep, I have no idea how it works. But it's going. It's not quite where I would want it to be, but it's getting there. It's getting there. See, it's moving along. It's definitely doing something. It's definitely applying it, which is cool. It's definitely working. That's kind of cool. Okay. Give it a sec. So I'm just going to try something real quick. He definitely did a good job, which is cool. I'm going to put you back. Let's use the variable name. I think I want to use a global variable instead of a drone variable. I'm going to do percent. Percent in front of the variable name. I want to be able to see what it's doing. Does that work? So that does a percent, which is a global variable. I'm thinking like making it a global variable like that will make it so I can watch what it's doing. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I'd really like to know like what position it's at. The variable percent is never set anywhere. That is not true. Percent gold block. Percent gold check block. Oh, I made the wrong. Yeah. You should say gold check block, and you should be percent gold check block pause. Right. And then you can be percent gold block, and now your warning is gone. And then your area will also be percent gold check. Okay, cool. Right, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, maybe that'll work. I just want to be able to like see what position he's at. And I'm wondering if by doing that I can now have that show. No, that doesn't still want to be able to show. I really want to be able to do that. Let me think for a minute. Well, I got something working. I at least know what position it's currently looking at. How cool is that? So it actually, did it do this whole tree? It did most of this tree, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it did the entire tree or if it like spread, but that's pretty nifty. That is neat. Look at that. Okay, cool. So this is the remote, and you can use it to like do a bunch of things. Like you can do a bunch of stuff with it, like to control things. But because I made this variable a global variable, the remote can read it. So I'm just saying, hey, I added a label button, a label thing here, and I made the text of the label equal to the output of that gold block check pause variable, and now it's doing that. Cool. So I'm just going to delete that and then right click it, and I can see what position it's at, which is kind of cool. It's nifty. So it's over here-ish right now. 170. I'm trying to figure out the pattern at which it's like... It's kind of like jumping all over a place, isn't it? Trying to figure out like how is it iterating through those blocks? I have no idea. I'm trying to find the pattern. Is there one? Does anybody see it? Crazy. I mean, it's kind of going though, right? So that is golden leaves, so that's cool. You guys didn't get affected at all. What I might do is reduce the GPS area a little bit. Like maybe we'll bring it down to here just to be a little bit cooler. Maybe even one lower. Now, it's very possible that trees will grow larger than that, but let's make this just be the box that we iterate through. Is that cool? And then we'll do the drone thing and do the brilliant thing. And go. And then we can kind of watch where it's looking, right? Is it staying between 69 and 71 for the most part? Or is it just moving really quickly and the remote's not keeping up? That's also possible. Maybe that's why I'm having difficulty sensing a pattern. So if I want it to get over to here, you're going to be in like the 167 to 162. I'm going to keep an eye on this between episodes. I'm really not sure how it's iterating all those positions. Because it's never getting to the 160s, right? And it's definitely like hanging between 11 and 15-ish. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that works. I'm gonna play with it a little bit between episodes. When we come back next time, I'm gonna see if we can get this working. And if not, we'll tweak it a little bit to be a little bit better. I'll figure something out. And then we still have to do the check if so harvest all the gold leaf, and then we're gonna check if there's any gold leaf or leaves, and if there's not, we want to break the wood, right? All right. For now, Devil20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.